Welcome back to Truth and Life channel. My name is Bukola Odeyale. I'm glad to have you back again on this channel. And if you are not yet a subscriber, I would appreciate that you just click on that little button, subscribe, and I would really appreciate it. Do well to like, comment, and then if you see value in this video, I'd like you to share. Just keep sharing, keep liking, and keep keeping your reservation on the comment section. I would appreciate your feedback. It will go a long way for us in this community. In this video, we'll be looking at how to deal with the survivor mentality, and not just in this world, not just in this part of the world, everywhere, wherever you are. I'm sure that the economy is not smiling. There are so many things that is happening in the society. There's so many things that is happening in our nation, everywhere, and this has subject so many of us into that survival mode. And what do I mean by survival mode? Now, survival mode is that mood that is activated when you just have to find a way to make money, you know make hands meet, meet your needs, sleep and wake up. And then when we look at our life and then we narrow it down to when we are much older, by the time you look back at what you have done with your life, eventually you see that there are so many things that you have not done. You see that it's as though our life is full of so many void, because we did not choose to explore in our place of passion, in our place of purpose. And this is the reason why this topic came to my mind, helping us out of that survivor mentality. So in today's video, we are going to be looking at the topic dealing with survival mentality. And looking at it, there are so many factors that has made us or brought us into this survival mode, not just in this part of the world, Nigeria, but other parts of the world. The economy is not smiling, and this is making us now, not to exist and enjoy our life, the way we are supposed to. And then we are now in that, survival mode where we just want to work, sleep, wake up, meet our needs, and then we do that routine again and again. And then I just want to briefly say that, life that is worth living is worth living with value in view. And looking at value, yes, maybe you'll be working and then you are impacting in that particular organization, or you are impacting a particular life, or another. But then looking at it, from the critical angle, we really need to move out of the survival space where we just want to work, sleep, wake up, meet our needs, and then we keep repeating, that space. And then so many of us have forgotten so many things that the Lord had spoken to us about as regards our life and our journey on earth. And this video is going to help you, to be able to reflect on yourself and see if, are you in that survival mode? Are you not? By the end of this video, you'll be able to realize it. And I would like you to just stick on this screen as we journey together in reviewing really what is survival mode, and then the 5 things that we can do to make sure that we are not finding ourselves in this mode. Because being in the survival mode, so many things are not happening for you. You may be thinking that you are making a lot of money, but then you are not moving forward with your plans and aspirations in life. Not to waste so much of our time, let's dive into those things that we can do to not be stuck in that survival mode, to be able to live a life that is comfortable and is easy and is moving as per the plans of God for our life, and even the plans that we are aware or we have put on our list to do in life. So now the first point on my list, one of the things that we can do to come out of that survival mode, or if you are not there, to prevent yourself to going in there, is sticking to your journey, sticking to the plan. At every point in time, it is very important that we remind ourselves of the plan, to remind ourselves of the thoughts of God concerning our life. So I want to believe that if you're listening to me and you don't have, or you don't have a direction towards your life, I think you should go and watch my video, where we talked about 5 ways to identify yourself, 5 ways to identify your identity, and then you'll be able to have clarity on your journey. So if you have been able to have clarity on your journey, in now moving forward, there are so many things, that will come your way that would, shake you. But it is very important that, irrespective of whatsoever it is that is happening in the economy or in the world at large, it is very important that we stick our focus to our journey, no matter the distractions everywhere. Very, very important. Stick to the plan. Remind yourself of the plan. That is another point. Remind yourself continuously, in the thought of that I have to wake up 5 a.m. to go to work. I have to take care of my children. If you don't have children, I have so many people have so many expectations of me, and there are so many things I need to do, would make you to forget yourself. So it is very important that you remind yourself daily. Reflect on yourself, on your journey. Where am I coming from? Where am I? Concerning the things that God had told me to do, where am I? Where am I going to? What have I done? What have I not done? It is very, very important. Stick to the journey. Stick to the plan. It may not look nice. It may not look, it may not feel comfortable, but it is very important to stick to the plan. Another thing that I would like you to do again is obeying instruction. And in obeying instruction, whose instruction do you need to obey? It's God's instruction. The instruction of God for your life is very important. Why? Because the God that has given you the plan, the God that has revealed, your journey to you and where you are going to, is the God, that the Bible says that is the beginning and the end. You may be stuck now, but He knows your end from your beginning. And this is why it is important that you stick to wanting to know the thoughts of God concerning your journey and sticking to the instruction. Yes, I understand that sometimes the instruction of God for you sometimes can feel not comfortable to yield to, but it is better to yield to it, because if you're on a path that is not your own path, you will struggle. Now, am I saying that when you're on your own path there are no struggles? But then it comes with ease. Because I can tell you that if you're on your journey with God, part time there are so many things that the Lord had put in place for you in that journey. And when things are not looking the way it is, when you call God, to talk to you about what is going on, because sometimes we can just be weary and then we don't even know where we are at again. And this is the reason why we decided to talk on this topic, dealing with being stuck, coming out of the survival mood. It is very important that you go back to God, to knowing what exactly are, asking God to remind you of those things pertaining your journey. Now, when He reminds you of it and then He gives you instruction, it is also very important that you obey these instructions. The instructions may not be palatable, but I bet you, I'm telling you the truth, if you obey these instructions, with time you will see that it pays off. And then you will start to see that your life is full of ease, and then you may not have everything all together, but per time the Lord will meet your need. So it is very important that you obey instructions as regards your journey. Another point on my list would be disciplining yourself in the place of preparation. Yes, it is very important. Until you finish well, you are still on a journey. And then there are so many preparation that is needed at every step of the way. After that you choose to stick to the journey, to the plan. You also need to discipline yourself in the place of preparation. And in disciplining yourself is being able to learn everything that you need, to actualize these plans that you have. If you have to read a book, read a book. If you have to go to seminars, go to seminars. If you have to, Jump on a course on Coursera, on LinkedIn Learning, or whatever platform that you know that you get courses. Try to study, try to learn everything that you need, in actualizing these plans that you have. You can't just have the plan and let it be there. Explore. Decide to explore. Decide to get information as regards everything that you need to actualize all this plan. This is one way, to come out of the survival mentality, having an awareness of your journey and giving it everything that it takes, to move forward. The fourth point on my list for today, the 5 things that you need to do if you feel that you are stuck or you are on that survival mode. It is failing forward. Yes, it's very important. Failing forward is very, very crucial. You can't say because you have failed and then you sit back at that seat of failure. No, you must fail forward, because you're having to fail is an opportunity to learn and have experience. So if you have failed in one particular area in your plans or in your aspiration, then jack up yourself with so much enthusiastic again, to face it with a better energy, with a better knowledge, with a better awareness of what you want to do. And I'm telling you, you cannot, if you fail twice, of course in those 2 times, the second time will be better, and then you will definitely arrive at your destination if you don't choose to quit. I beg you, I beg you, I beg you again, irrespective of whatsoever it is that you may be going through. If you are listening to me right now on this channel at this time, whatsoever it is that you may be going through, whatsoever challenge that you may be facing, or that may be thrown at you in your journey, choose not to quit. Choose not to quit, because I can tell you, 10 doors may be saying no, 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 but then on the 11th door, you never can tell if that door is a yes door. That is why you keep moving forward. Think inwardly very well. The reason why you are stuck or why you are on the survival mode is because you chose to quit. It's because you chose to be tired. It's because you chose not to try again. I want to encourage you that with all the strength in you again, can you do it all over again? And at this time when you're doing it, hold God with you. Even though you may be stumbling and rising and all of that, just try to make sure that you hold on to the hand of God this time. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a better result. Like I said, as we started this video, that being in the survival mode or having the survival mentality does not mean that you are not making money. You are making money. You have resources, but you are not fulfilled. You have some kind of emptiness. The first one is, walking with the consciousness of your journey. The second one is obey instructions. Per time, I said that, working with God in your journey is very important, and then obeying the instructions that comes from Him is important as well, because He's the one that knows the end from the beginning. So He knows why you are stuck, and He knows what to tell you to bring you out of that space. And then point that I discussed again is discipline in the place of preparation. So I said that this life is a journey, and then you are not done until you are done. So finding yourself in a place of preparation part time concerning your plans and your aspiration is very important. And then the fourth point is failing forward. And here we talked about how that you need not to quit. You cannot afford to quit, because quitters are not winners and winners are not quitters. So irrespective of what life throws at you in your journey, it is very important that you stick to the plan. It is very important that you choose not to quit. So before we move to the last one, if you find this video very impactful and very revealing, I would like you to click the like button. I would like you to give your reservation, your comments at the comment section. And I would also like you to subscribe. If you are new in this channel and you've not subscribed yet, I would like you to subscribe. Please do well to subscribe to Truth and Life channel. It will mean a lot to us. Now, looking at The fifth way of coming out of being stuck is working with the consciousness of time. Working with the consciousness of time is very important in our journey, because yes, you may feel that you are young, but then time is not on your side. Whatsoever it is that God had ordained you to be, or the things that you have as an aspiration in life to do, comes with time, and time is not on our side. Looking at it in this time and age, that January to December is now looking like a month. Yes, we are going into the year 2026, and looking at 2025, it's looking like, well, I started 2025 just yesterday, and that yesterday was January, and we're in the month of October already. And if you are not careful, you will count another year, 2026, and then we'll be in 2030, age where 1 year, 12 calendar months is looking like one month. It's very important that you work with the consciousness of time. Time is not on our side. As soon as you know that you are being stalked, you can't stay in that position for too long, because it's dangerous. There are so many people that has been stalked in their life journey for 10 years, for 20 years. Some of us is 1 month, some of us is 6 months. But irrespective of the time, and measuring the time at which you have been stalked is knowing really the last time you have achieved your list. Still on the point, working with the consciousness of time. There's a word that says that you have to make haze while the sun shines, because before you know it, you are an old man, and then you don't have strength again. This is one of the reasons why you need to make haze while the sun shines. When you have your strength, when you have the ability, please make haze while the sun shines. Do all that it takes to make sure that everything that are in your plans, everything that that has been revealed to you, everything that you have clarity on that you want to do in life, start to do them. You don't have time. You don't have time. And I pray that God will help us, to come out of that space of being stuck, of being in that survival mode. And coming out of this survival mode is having self-reflection. I would always wrap up my videos with this word: being truthful to yourself. If you are shying away with having to reflect and telling yourself the truth, if you are being stalked, go back to this video, watch it again, and pick 1 or 2 points that can help you and come out of it, because it is dangerous to be stalked. Some of us are stalked and we are not aware. We are not aware. In this video, I've talked about it, that being stalked does not mean that you are not making money. You will be making money, you will make ends meet, your needs will be met, but then you will have a feeling of void and emptiness. And if you are listening to me or you're watching this video and you feel like that, go back to this point. Go back to this point and reflect on yourself. Do the needful right now, because like I said in the last point, there is no time on our side. And this brings us to the end of this video. Still remains Bukola Odeyale, and this is Truth and Life channel. And if you have been impacted in one way or the other, I would like you to click the like button, go to the comment section and give your reviews, give your feedback. Tell me 1 or 2 things that you learned, tell me 1 or 2 things that resonate with you, which I would also be learning from you as well on the comment section. I would like to hear from you. How have you been stalked? How did you realize it? And what are the things that you have picked from this video that will help you to come out of it? Thanks, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.